Information is power, and we, the Federal Way Black Collective, consider ourselves a powerful vehicle of providing factual and relevant information to the public. We keep you up to date with education, youth, city policy, and politics, as well as current and relevant events that happen daily. We are sponsored by Rugged Genius, EvanCook.com, Pretty Grind Entertainment, Positive Vibes, located in the Commons Mall. Welcome back to the Federal Way Black Collective weekly live stream show, Thursday Thoughts. Welcome back to Thursday Thoughts, guys. How are you ladies doing this evening?
Wonderful. Happy to be here. A little nervous.
It's always fun though, right? I'm really excited about this episode because this is the first time we've had a chance to really talk about the programs we'll be offering, especially having one of our favorite locals, Debbie Peterson, to join us, and having Natalia here to support me as we try to explain exactly what it is we're trying to offer to the community. So, Debbie, I think Natalia's done a couple of lives with our audience. You want to introduce yourself to our audience tonight?
Sure. Thank you for having me tonight. My name is Debbie Peterson, and I am a mom and a resident of Federal Way. And I also am owner and operator of my own home-based business here called Because It Takes a Village, Child Learning Collaborative. Through my work, I consult and I train and I advocate and I do a lot of work both in our state and locally here in Federal Way and a little bit nationally to do what I can to make sure that we are serving children and families and their communities that they live in the way that is appropriate to their needs. And I am thrilled to be here tonight to get to talk with you all more about how I get to partner and work with Natalia around Ages and Stages questionnaire. But I don't want to spill the beans too early, so I'll wait.
Natalia, what are you excited to share tonight with us?
Well, I am definitely excited to share one of our newer programs, the ASQ training that we are going to be now, as Debbie mentioned, me and her collaborating with Because It Takes a Village and with Federal Way Black Collective to bring this this screening training to the Federal Way community. And do you think I should just jump right in and start explaining what ASQ is? Okay. Again, just to reintroduce myself, my name is Natalia Arredondo. I'm the case management coordinator for Federal Way Black Collective. I am working with Debbie Peterson, who just introduced herself. We are bringing an ASQ developmental screening training to the Federal Way area and screening opportunity as well. Some background on what ASQ is. So ASQ, Help Me Grow, is a national initiative that promotes early childhood development and leads a national network that ensures all children reach their full potential. Washington State's Help Me Grow Hub is led by Within Reach, which I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with. King County serves as a local affiliate, and our Community Coalitions and Empowerment Project is funded by the Best Starts for Kids King County Initiative. So through this project, we will help to connect children, families, and their service providers through the Help Me Grow model. Debbie and I are collaborating to ensure access to developmental screening for children and their families, particularly in the Federal Way area. We are working on building an ASQ trainings for service providers to increase their knowledge of culturally relevant ways of implementing the screening that will be flexible to our participants' needs of support. We will also connect childcare providers with the right tools to implement the screening process themselves. We will also directly connect families with access to this resource and are available to directly support parents to screen their children. So Federal Way, in other words, Federal Way Black Collective will be offering direct screening opportunities for any family that are interested with children that are ages birth to 5 years old. And we will also be collaborating and training childcare providers to implement this tool and resource at their facilities. And my role is also to provide case management support services to all of our participants to help support their successful implementation of these developmental tools to their families. So if we have a childcare provider, whether that be a facility operator or a family or a friend that may be taking care of your child currently, we will support them with the resources to be successful and learn how to implement and really keep track and work with families to keep track of their children's milestone development. So we're really excited to be bringing this information to the Federal Way area and to be able to mold it to represent the families that we serve here in this area as well. Our goal for the program is to just make the goal of the ASQ training in whole is to help make sure that children ages birth to 5, so this is available to any child that's up to 5 years old, of Federal Way. We're trying to ensure that those children of Federal Way are growing up healthy and on track for their development milestones. So we want to offer that support and making sure that parents are staying connected with that developmental process of their children and that they're aware of what those stages and ages are.
So what's different about this? Like there's a ton of virtual programs right now that people can enroll their kids in. I mean, for me, I know the part I want to highlight the most is just that we don't charge any families. But since it's your program, I'm sure you have other things you love that make it different.
Yeah, so this program, this is a knowledge base. This is not like a pass or fail course. So we are providing knowledge. So we want to make that very clear. I know screening and monitoring can be words of trigger for some folks, but we want people to feel comfortable in learning this information so that they can apply it to their own families, to their own children and youth of their families, extended families. This is also a great way for licensed childcare providers to receive their 4 stars credit. Debbie will be able to provide that that certification if they complete the ASQ training, which is a really awesome awesome takeaway from this program as well. And on top of all that, I will be offering again the support services, which can be, you know, financial resources, referrals to medical professionals, other referrals to other programs. So I'm here to provide a wraparound service and trying to connect those families with what they need to become successful in raising their children on track with their own developmental milestones. So that's kind of where we are. We want to have our support services more human-centered and meet people where they're at, especially during COVID, to make sure that we're not creating barriers for them to gain access to us. We would love to just connect with anyone who's interested or anyone that will, you know, point us in the direction and really get all the resources, all the tools, all the support, all the knowledge that they need to implement this in real life. So that's kind of where we're at with that and how we are different. We're really here to just make sure that the information is going to be, you know, implemented correctly and used, and that it's available to people. I don't think a lot of people know that ASQ training is available. And we want to just make a lot of folks aware that there are resources for you to be proactive as a parent, as a child care provider, and really providing an extended care over these children, because we all, you know, it takes a village. It literally does.
Look at that, the perfect segue.
Yes.
So Debbie, what are you excited to see this great program bring to Federal Way?
Well, on a personal level, I'm a grandma now, and I'm really excited.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. He's adorable. I'll have to bring him in for a show sometime. So I'm like on a personal level, just really excited to know that my daughter and her fiance and their son, they're going to have access to the kind of supports that they're going to need to be able to know like what they need to know about how their child is growing. I mean, just one of those things that I think about for parents and for grandparents and for people raising children, these kids do not come with handbooks. We don't get instructions and know-how and here's what you do, right? And the ages and stages questionnaires, they offer us a chance for us to like measure where our kids are and get an idea of what's going on for them. And it also, because it's a parent response system, so I should clarify that. Most screening that children experience is actually facilitated by someone they don't know very well. Maybe they do know them well, you know, a teacher, a childcare provider, another professional. But this ages and stages questionnaire is a parent response system, which means like when it's time for my daughter to screen her son, she's going to be the one who's going to be answering questions about how he's doing. And through the process of answering these questions, I know that she's going to get to learn about like the kinds of things she should be expecting her son to be able to do or to not do even, you know? So I'm just really excited on that personal level. Now on a professional level, which let's be honest, we all wear multiple hats, right? So on a professional level, I am really excited to partner with Federal Way Black Collective, because what we are doing with this ASQ toolkit is we are taking a set of tools that were built from a particular perspective, and we are adapting them and modifying them while we keep to the fidelity of the research behind the screenings, so that we are making them more usable, meaningful, intentional, so that families are really able to like connect with these ideas around what their kids can do and what we can do to help them be better at what they're doing, so that later on in the future, these kids are going to be grown, healthy adults who are taking care of us.
What kind of outcomes are we expecting to see? How is this going to help the community?
That's a good question. Do you want that one, Natalia?
Yeah, I can take that. So a lot of the highlights of the program, again, childcare facilities are going to have an opportunity at earning their 4-star credits, excuse me. Participants will receive case management support through Federal Way Black Collective. And again, that's going to be a wraparound support. So we will not only just touch base on the ASQ, but also offer support in any personal or other professional settings. If we have the referrals, we're going to make that happen. This is also an opportunity to network with other providers. So childcare providers is a great way to meet other people in the local area and just network. We're also going to be updating just knowledge, giving folks knowledge on developmental milestones that, again, like Debbie mentioned, it doesn't come with the handbook. Parenthood doesn't. So we're trying to give, the knowledge on the developmental milestones that someone may not know of, someone may not realize. So we're trying to just update that. Also learn about, we're going to also teach and give education about learning about local early learning intervention options and provide referrals to medical professionals if needed, connect folks with the appropriate provider that they would like. That's going to be our biggest goal. Our biggest goal if a medical professional is needed. We're also, this is a great way to strengthen your program services. So for folks joining doing the training, it definitely gives you, strength so that you can connect with your families better, grow relationships with your families, build that rapport, build the strength and confidence that your families can have in you as a provider, as a child care provider, in whichever setting that may be currently. And with that being said, we are having an upcoming training on Saturday, October 24th. So just a few weeks away, we will have this, it is on the weekend, so it will be Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. This training is targeting licensed childcare providers in the Federal Way area. We would like to connect with you. And please share the information. We are interested to also hear who you think should also be receiving this training. So if there are individuals or groups, networks that have childcare providers in a different setting outside of a facility, we would love to hear about them too. If you think that they would use and benefit from this training. We do have a live link for the registration available. It is on Facebook page, and it's also going to be on the website. So on the Federal Way Black Collective website, so fwblackcollective.com. If you scroll down to the community coalitions and empowerment project section, hold on, honey. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. I am at home with my kids. So if you scroll down on the fwblackcollective.com website, which is live, so check it out if you haven't. Scroll down to the Community Coalitions and Empowerment Project section, and you can reach us via the CCEP form that's listed there, or also feel free to email me, Facebook message us online, send us a message on Facebook. I also have a case management Facebook profile page that feel free to send me a friend's request so I can connect with you via Facebook personally as well. So there's a few ways that you'll be able to reach out and find out information, and just make sure you register for the event on those social media platforms. So that's going to be really, really exciting to just get this information out to the first batch of folks that we're hoping to connect with and get them trained with this developmental information for for our children in Federal Way area. If you are a parent that is not in a child care setting, but you would like your child care to be screened, we can you can register directly with us, with Federal Way Black Collective. We will be offering direct screenings, to our families of the area. And again, that does, we can offer support services, referrals if needed. So please don't be shy. Reach out if you would like to, even if you don't have any sort of concerns or red flags, feel free. We can still screen, and we would love to just connect with you and your families. Again, just leave us as you can connect with us through the CCEP form or register online through Facebook and the website. I feel like I touched all of that, but Debbie, do you think that I missed anything?
Oh no, you covered that really, really well. But there is one like huge advantage here for childcare providers that I want to call out, like huge. Those of you who are out there providing childcare to kids also know that while there are a lot of instructions for how we can engage with families and partner with them and get to know them so we can provide them the kind of services that they need and want for their kids, this Ages and Stages questionnaire is not only a chance for us to get parents engaged in checking up on their kids' milestones. By adopting this screening program and using it as a partnership tool with families, childcare providers are going to be in a much stronger position to authentically partner with parents who we know are the child's first and most important teacher. I mean, let's just call it out. They are their child's most important person. And I know childcare providers know that well. And the ASQ screening tools offer us an opportunity to hit on all of those very important aspects of taking really good care of our kids. We get to check their development and make sure that they're on track. And if they're not, we have access to resources so that we can help them learn and gain those skills that might be just a little bit behind. And it can also let us know when there's like actually an issue that we need to go see a medical professional or a early learning specialist to have assessed. So, after a parent has completed this screening, especially a parent who's coming to us with like, I am worried and I don't know what is going on with my child. Now, while this screening system isn't going to give a diagnosis, what it's going to do is to tell us, guess what, mom, you were right to be worried about this. And now here we have this information for you about your child, and you can take this report to your doctor, to your pediatrician, to your service providers, and have a validated survey and information that you're going to be able to give them to help them understand and recognize what you are asking for your child. I'm really, really excited that we are both empowering childcare providers to like form those relationships that they really need to be able to serve kids well. And also, we're going to put that power right in those parents' hands to be able to go out into the world and say, I know what my kid needs. And here I also have this research-based, evidence-informed screening result that confirms for me what I suspected was going on. And I'm just really excited to see the confidence of parents build as they recognize, yeah, my kid did not come with a handbook, but I do know a lot about my child. I really do.
I'm excited about that because as you've seen, like even locally specific, right, in our county, Dow Constantine has declared racism a public health emergency. So he has stated in that context that in a ton of systemic ways, Black and brown families don't feel like they know how to accurately access our current healthcare system. So in the time and land of COVID-19, like that's crucial. not knowing how to advocate for your child, especially when there's one focus in the entire world, is just a tremendous barrier. So I'm really excited to offer an opportunity for families that is in line with our county, so that we're making sure that the investments that they're utilizing, we're able to participate in that. Because I think civic engagement, right? Coordinated efforts affect policy change. So that's how we know where our kids are, because the reality is they're all now at home, you know. And as parents, there was already a tremendous responsibility. And I just feel like the contract changed on us all, right? Because, you know, they don't come with the manual, but at least I had, like, you know, someone I saw in person every day. And I just think that that opportunity is not there as much as it used to be an option. If you're not like a first responder or like a doctor, like, I don't know what the standard is, you know, across any industry of whether you work remotely or work in person. So what does that look like? Like, how are the conversations you're able to have as a parent to even collaborate with others, right? So especially if your kids are in childcare scenarios, like, this helps make sure that you're still being, you know, your child's first level of education and advocacy.
Absolutely. I like that. Definitely advocacy for your child's part and just teaching their parents to advocate as well. So that's what we're here to do, which is another awesome point of this whole training is learning, you know, how to advocate for yourself and having that advocacy with you via our support. So that's very, very true.
Definitely. I think a lot of our programming, what I love about our focus is that your takeaways, they're not just like, oh, here is this template and you know how to do X, and you may be lucky enough to walk away with Y. But the goal is that you understand on a systems level that many of these systems work similar. So if you understand how healthcare works, or if you understand how like maybe like our housing system, or, you know, other large systems that has systemic proportional values, then you'll understand how to advocate for yourself in all those other ways. Like, you'll start to realize how things work in line for your priorities, because our goal isn't to make priorities for you, right? We want to make sure that we're just bringing to light things that may highlight issues for everyone. um, Ultimately, when you focus on the least advantaged people, you know, you make sure everyone else is covered in that safety net. And that's really important to us. And I'm super excited to have all the partnerships we have. I know another program we wanted to talk about tonight, we talked about it a little bit last week, maybe, was the fact that we launched the Small Business Technical Assistance Program. Um, on a multi-generational level, one of our missions is to make sure that we're promoting like family support, making sure everyone makes, you know, has a way to get their needs met. And I think that it's critical that we provide like leadership in action. We want to provide examples of that. Like, even as Debbie was speaking, right? Like, she's noticing ways that as she has been exposed to the ASQ, she knows how she's going to utilize it with her own family. And even how we met, Debbie, right? Like, we met at a city council meeting. So the tools we've learned in that we'll be taking back to our regular lives. And I think that's what we want everyone to take out. Like, if everyone that so much as clicked on our website was able to understand how they're able to apply these things in other areas of their life, I think they would truly be successful on their own.
Agreed.
So if you look at another drop down on the Black Collective website, on top of CCEP, you'll see a toolkit for small business owners. And if you are a business owner, there is commerce funding available, and we're providing technical assistance. So once you fill out the form, you'll have access to a video library, so you can check out different things that may apply to your business. You'll also have access to if you need in-person services within certain areas, and then virtual services with applying for funding as far as CARES Act funding and COVID relief, making sure you have like CDC guidelines and things like that. So we are really excited to bring that in partnership with the Kent Chamber of Commerce. We're really glad that as members, they were able to help us facilitate that to our community. There are so many things in our toolkit that we found to be useful that we're really glad to be sharing with the community. We don't want to just like have that knowledge be just for us. We're wanting to share it with you all so you can all accomplish your goals and be a support. So even for instance, in the way we run our community meetings, most of our staff is there so that they can be a support in sharing the community-based, our other community-based organization partners information and helping them build upon anything they're working on. So what we found to be a really successful model is, for instance, right, Debbie is a community member. We continue to meet, you know, she's come to some of our community meetings. We were able to find a way that, because it takes a village, is working in the community that works with the Federally Black Collective. And now you have this awesome partnership. I think that's the goal of what we're doing, and not necessarily all the time with someone contracting directly with us, but let's make it to where you can create your own opportunities. And I think that's just a goal that we have, and we would just love your input on bringing your ideas forward. When I look at our milestone list that we presented at the last community meeting, it showed how education and civic engagement, those pieces were so important. And although it wasn't an overnight process, I believe this is an example of how we've tried to bring that forward. So your community requests drive our work. We need you to tell us what you want from us so we can continue to bring these things to light and partner with credible messenger organizations that are truly doing great work in our community and highlighting them and making sure that they have what they need to move forward and the support in the community.
Yes. Definitely reach out to us. Hold up. I'm sorry, my daughter.
But this is why we do this, right? For those babies. So
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm like, she is being so much in the background, and I'm like, I don't know where her brother is to grab her. So I'm like, I don't know what's exactly being heard, but sorry, that's why I keep bouncing in and out of mute. But that's why we are parents. We are here to connect with other parents. We know the struggles. We know we have different experience, different walks of life. So we are here to support you in any way that we can. So please reach out to us. Like Lynn said, let us know what are the resources you need, what are the programs that you would like to see so that we can continue to better serve Federal Way area and allow our organization to expand, but also bring the services that are wanted and are needed to the area. So I would love to hear from anyone, families, childcare providers, connect with us, register for the upcoming training, ask or shoot us any questions. And yeah, we're just really excited to start really mobilizing within the community and really building, a relationship with Federal Way. I definitely friend because I'm not from the Federal Way area. So I'm definitely really excited to just learn more about the community in Federal Way and also connect with you all as well. So I'm very excited for this for sure.
In case you guys missed it, on Tuesday, there was a special city council meeting where they had the last staff report for the budget review. And so the next city council meeting that they'll address that is actually going to be on, is it October 21st? I think it's on the 21st. And our next community meeting, so you can be a part if you're a community-based organization and want to join us, is October 13th at 8 p.m. There is the quarterly public meeting with the mayor and the Black community. That is going to be Wednesday, October 14th at 7 p.m. You can find that information on the City of Federal Way website or the Black Collective Facebook, and any other social media. And let me see. So that other meeting is next week's Thursday Thoughts episode will be a special voter summit. I'm really, really excited about that because this will be our second year of having a ballot party. So we'll have some special guests from actually around the state and other community-based organizations talking about like the work they've done, the issues they're focused on, and what they've heard in the community about things that are important. So if you have questions about what's on your ballot, our episode will be before you should receive your ballot, at least, well, potentially. They've been releasing a little bit early, so I'm excited about that. So hopefully you will have ballot in hand. If not, just keep it in mind. It will be on YouTube, so you'll be able to replay it. You'll be able to catch snippets and replays on Facebook as well. Let's see. Oh, there is an event coming up. We're going to do a Black and Brown Voter Summit. So in partnership with a ton of other organizations, we're looking for that to start on the 21st. So stay tuned. I'm really excited that we're going to like showcase our partnerships in that way, to have such a meeting. I think people have like so many questions, and it's not our job to steer how you vote. That's never my intention, even as an elected official. But I do want to make sure people have access to information and they have access to spaces to have conversations, because politics is not a dirty word. So have these conversations with your friends, like, have a strategy. If you have something like cool, like what I want to normalize is like girls' night where we like make a plan for public comment. Like that's what's super dope to me. I will share a personal story, a personal Federal Way Black Collective story. So one thing that everyone that volunteers with us, we ask if they're like connected to anything to do with voting. So a lot of us are actually elected officials as far as being precinct committee officers. And so all that means is you are saying you want to help people vote, you want to make sure they know their options, and you choose whatever party you personally can, align the most with. But the main thing is about getting out the vote. So I love the fact that that's like a commitment that we've made with staff to share that information. And because that shows with any perspective, any staff member has that opportunity. It's not like a forced thing, it's just information, right? But information is power, like our intro says. And even how we meet as community-based organizations, like I met Debbie at a council meeting, and we were not advocating for like what we're working on in this moment, right? So we're so much more alike than we are different. We just randomly ran across each other, and it's now been like a 2-year friendship. So I'm really excited that what we decided was important was the community in Federal Way. And honestly, what's funny is like we were working on housing, right? But now we're focused on our kids, because that's where it all starts. Early learning is the key to a successful future. But at the same time, we just cannot be lazy. We can't afford to just solely depend on our kids to like carry us into the future. Cause like, I'm gonna be real boomers. Look where that got us. A ton of us just don't get how to be involved because you guys like told us we didn't need to care. So I'm gonna fight with every fiber of my being that we all need to care. Like, I don't know, guys. Any final thoughts? I've been like taking over.
Lots of final thoughts. So we probably don't have time for, but we have lots of time in the future to keep working with folks at Federal Way who are also wanting to make sure that our kids have what they need. And in order to make sure our kids have what they need, we need to be working with their parents and supporting them. And we're going to have to talk about housing again pretty soon, Lynn. Come back around full circle.
Yes. Oh, and to mention, thank you to Bill Medina with City of Federal Way. He called me earlier, and if you did not catch the governor's update, you might have missed the update where the Secretary of Commerce mentioned that we are providing technical assistance in South King County. So that was a super amazing update, even to like find out how it was happening. As it was happening, obviously we knew we were going to be providing technical assistance, but just not the governor was going to shout us out. And in that same vein, you know, the mayor's also announced it. So I'm really excited for those things to come to light that have been kind of in the background playing, you know, hard at work. I think we've been working on this for like several months, like pre-COVID. And I'm really, really glad and grateful, Debbie, because I know that like this is difficult to do work in this COVID nature. And like, you know, we kept the same timeline. You know, we had the same commitment to pivoting, making sure that whatever we're going to offer, it's going to be accessible. So I really appreciate that and your partnership.
Well, thank you. You know, I'm so excited to work with people who I believe, from what I see, and that you all have this community in mind, and you know how to go about reaching community and making sure that we are uplifting those who are most in need. And I am just honored to get to be in partnership with you and get to do this work to help uplift our parents and our kids.
I'm super excited, guys.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts? I'm going to go ahead and roll the credits.
Like I said, I'm just excited. So I've been struggling with this filter thing. I'm just really excited to just connect and bring this to Federal Way area and really start my journey with in Federal Way Black Collective as well. I'm very excited to be working with Debbie. We're gonna do great together, and you know, I'm just ready to do the work. So let us know what you need from us. Connect with me, Facebook, email. We'd love to hear from everyone.
Yay. So we just want to thank you guys so much for joining us. If you want to connect, our information is on the screen. And if you would love to connect with Debbie, her information is now displaying. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it this evening, and we can't wait for you to join us again.